Every time I picture myself as a WWE wrestler, I would hope my finishing move would be something along the lines of me jumping off the top rope and just landing knee first into somebody's face. Knowing this wouldn't be comparable and the fact that I have no talent at all, it got me thinking about all the different finishing moves in the WWE. I decided to start with the women first as the answer was staring me in the face, until I got to the point where I couldn't decide on 5 and had to settle for 6. I'm Jamie the Beast and this is my top 5, or in this case 6, women's finishing moves on the main roster. Number 5. A. Twisted Bliss by Alexa Bliss. Perhaps the least devastating on the list, but definitely one of the coolest looking. Alexa Bliss has been using Twisted Bliss since her time on the NXT roster. Although it's not her predominant finishing manoeuvre, which would be her DDT, she still uses it from time to time. More notably, she used it off the top of a chamber pod in the 2018 Women's Elimination Chamber, which she also went on to win. Let's hope this move doesn't slowly become extinct like most high-flying moves these days. Number 5. B. Bank Statement by Sasha Banks. So yeah, obviously it was between the Bank Statement and Twisted Bliss, and I could not decide for the life of me which one to get rid of, so they both stayed. So essentially, the Bank Statement is a backcracker into a crossface, a sort of double whammy of pain. She's been using this since NXT, and after saying that, I've just realised that every member is from NXT on this list. In the 2016 edition of Raw, Sasha locked the bad boy in to capture the women's title for the first time off Charlotte Flair. Number 4, the Asuka lock. Asuka. Alright. I know what you're thinking. How dare I put this move so low on the list? Well, quite frankly, in my opinion, it is the second best submission on the roster, so it deserves its place here. Asuka applies her body scissors by wrapping her legs around their body and squeezes them. But that's not all. While she's doing the first part of this manoeuvre, she puts their arm behind their back and starts cutting the oxygen off from their throat too. Asuka used this in NXT and was actually undefeated for over 900 days. She later vacated the title to enter the main roster, and look what they've done for her there. Number 3, The Bed of Roses by Mandy Rose. Probably the most underrated and unknown finisher on the list, probably because she hasn't really had a chance to use it. The move was originally debuted in the women's roster by Michelle McCool, and it was called Angel Wings, or otherwise known by a massive mouthful as the double underhook sit-out facebuster. The move involves hooking the arms and turning your opponent vertical, before plonking them face first into the mat. If the right person is taking the move and not landing on their knees rather than flat, this move can look devastatingly beautiful. Number 2, The Eclipse by Ember Moon. Let me just spell this out for you. One of the greatest moves of all time. The Stunner. But this one done off the top rope. I mean, what isn't there to love about this move? Ember Moon makes it look magical too. The setup, the pause, then that weird spinny, flippy kind of front flip with some sort of spin. Okay, can someone in the comment section actually please try and describe the motions of this move, because it's impossible. Anyway, into a stunner. This for me is the greatest physical move on the women's roster at the moment. And number 1, the Figure 8 by Charlotte Flair. I mean, come on. She's taken one of the greatest submissions in history, put her own little spin on it, and made it hurt more. It's not always the prettiest, but for sheer pain, I can guarantee you will cry like a little girl. Adopting the move of her father, Ric Flair, Charlotte has been basically using this move since her NXT debut. Charlotte had the pleasure of defeating Asuka at WrestleMania with the Figure 8, breaking her 914-day undefeated streak. Do you disagree? You probably do, but tell me why in the comment section. I've been Jamie the Beast, and thanks for listening.